You're your own worst enemy. That's what my mother used to say when I was a kid. And my response to her was, no, I'm not. I love myself. And she would say, yes, you are. And I would walk away with an attitude, not an attitude that she could see, but I had an attitude because I'm like, I love myself. I am not my enemy. Well, it wasn't until I was well into adulthood that I figured out my mom was absolutely right. By the way, I'm Shantae Charles, and I help moms break the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck by teaching them how to make money independently of their jobs and master money management. So, what do I mean? I figured out my mom was absolutely right. I was my worst enemy. I was the only person that was holding me back, that was holding me hostage to a place that I did not want to be. Now that's when I became an adult. Let me explain. In 2016, my husband, well, let me back up. We live here in North Dakota. North Dakota is oil country. Our economy here runs on oil. So my husband at the time in 2016, he worked for a company where he made the tanks that hold the oil, making very good money, very good money. I was a CNA, certified nursing assistant. I was making $12 an hour. I was overworked, underpaid, and definitely unappreciated. But it really didn't matter to me because my husband had the money. Then one day he went to work, and they announced that they were going to have some layoffs because oil production was down. Well, great news was he wasn't one of the ones that were laid off. Bad news is less than 30 days later, the whole company had gone out of business. I still wasn't worried. No big deal. Hey, we live in North Dakota. Have a job today, lose a job today, have a job tomorrow, and not just any job, another high paying job. So he found another job, good paying job. Great. 3 months later, he got laid off again. Okay, no big deal. Found another job. 3 months later, he got laid off again. By this time, I was frustrated. Okay. I was like, okay, enough is enough of this. Now, I wasn't mad with my husband. I wasn't frustrated with him because it was beyond his control. But I was frustrated at the situation. And I figured out that I had to do something. I had to do something. So I took my $12 skill as a CNA and I started my own business. I started a non-medical in-home care business. Now, I could have started that business long before my husband got laid off because I already had the skills, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it for various reasons. I was comfortable with my husband making the most money, him making a lot of money. I was like, okay, this job may get on my nerves, but hey, whatever. Life is still good, whatever. But I figured out that I was my enemy. My mother was absolutely right. I was my own worst enemy. I was the one who was responsible for me making a low wage, for me not making what I wanted to make. I was responsible for me being on a job where I was overworked and unappreciated. It was all my fault because I didn't have to stay at the job. I could have gone and looked for another job, or I could have did like I did after my husband lost his job. I could have and should have started my business long before he got laid off. I was the only person that was holding me hostage to a low wage job where I was overworked and unappreciated. It was my own fault. I was My own worst enemy. It wasn't my employer's fault. Should they have paid me more money for the work that I was doing? Absolutely. Absolutely. Should they have treated me and my coworkers better? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I'm not saying it was the worst place to work. We weren't treated like garbage, but we weren't treated like executives either, because we weren't executives. Excuse me. But it was my fault. It was my fault that I chose to stay someplace where I wasn't appreciated and I was not compensated for my work. The amount of money, the amount of money that I felt like I should have been compensated. It wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault because I decided to take the job. They didn't hold me there and say, you can't leave this building. You are going to work for me. No, I decided to stay there, and I could have broken free and got into financial freedom, making more money long before I did, if I had a different mindset to not just depend solely on that job and mainly my husband's good paying job, mainly on his job. I could have broken free a long time before I did. And once I started my own non-medical in-home care agency, it was the best decision I have ever made financially, because I went from $12 an hour to over six figures in less than 12 months and 15 employees. And I was able to begin making money while I was asleep, whether I was at my kids' soccer game, doctor's appointment, or even on vacation. I was making money. Let me ask you something. Are you your own worst enemy? Are you your own worst enemy? Are you going to a job every day and complaining about it? They don't pay you enough. They don't treat you fairly, but you refuse to go somewhere else. You refuse to take the skills that you already have and turn it into a business. Now, I'm not saying to up and quit your job, but what I am saying is start your own thing. Start your own thing. And don't get caught in the mindset of, oh, business is not for everybody. That's not for me. When we look at today's economy, all the mass layoffs and everything that is going on, we better start our own thing where you have complete control of how much money you earn, where you're not at the mercy of someone else giving you a raise. You're not at the mercy of someone overworking you, treating you fairly. We have to get out of our comfort zone, step out on faith, and make a bold move. Make a decision to start your own business. Monetize what you already know and what you already do. Whatever it is that you are doing for free, because I understand everybody's not going to start a non-medical in-home care agency. Everyone may not have the financial resources to start their own non-medical in-home care agency. Here in North Dakota, it's relatively inexpensive. Doesn't cost you a lot of money, but a lot of places, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. But there are a lot of things that you can do to start making money, to start your own business without needing a lot of money. Some things you can even do for free. Are you the one that makes like in my family, when we have a get together, family gathering, usually I am going to make lasagna, or I'm going to make a pound cake, or a pot pie, or I'm going to make a homemade pot pie, not the pot pie that you get out of that Marie Callender's stuff. I mean, homemade pot pie with the heavy cream and all that good stuff. So that's usually what I'm going to make. Now, that is something that I could start selling to people if I needed to. If I needed to, I could sell it even out of my home, because here where I live and in most states, they have what they call cottage laws where you can sell food out of your home. You can sell food out of your home. So my point is, if you make a mean pound cake, if you make cupcakes, if you make a lasagna, a pot pie, whatever it is that you make that everybody says, oh, this is so good, they're ranting and raving about it, start selling it. Start selling. Let them know this is no longer free. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell it and start selling it to people. Then you can also make a little cookbook, sell the recipe, something. There is something that you already have, that you already do, that you can monetize and begin to start making money. I want to encourage you to not just depend on your income from your job, because you never know what tomorrow is going to hold. Have a job today, no job tomorrow. Then you're at the mercy of waiting for another job. And let me tell you, the job market is about to get tight. There are thousands of people that have been laid off. Thousands of people that have been laid off. And the job market is about to get tight. There's going to be a lot of competition. A lot of competition. And what are people most likely going to do? Some of these companies start paying people less money because they know so many people are in need of a job. So why put yourself through that? Why put yourself through that? Make a bold move. Step out on faith. Start your own business. It don't have to be something so big and so grand to start with, and you don't have to know everything. Just get started and you can learn as you go. Somebody is waiting for you. They are waiting for you to step out on faith and make a bold move, because you are the answer to their problem. I guarantee you they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you. Don't keep them waiting. Don't keep them waiting. Listen, I want to invite you to join my free 6-day challenge. It is a free challenge. Monetize Your Genius. Oh, excuse me. Monetize Your Genius. It's a 6-day challenge. The challenge is designed to help you discover your unique gifts. Discover your unique skills, package them the right way, and start making money from what you already know, love, and do. Again, the challenge is absolutely free. It's 6 days. Monetize Your Genius 6-day challenge. I'll be guiding you step by step through the process. So I want you to click the link in the description box to join the email list so that you'll be notified of the time and location. It's starting on March the 10th. March 10th, this will be live. It is not going to be pre-recorded. So click the link in the description box to join the email so you'll be notified of the time and location. I hope to see you there. Until next time, be blessed and have a prosperous future. Make a bold move.